from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, first opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Goff. Looking for Wright, and he finds him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players who somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. The Lions at 4-3, a game over 500, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves at every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 24-yard line. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
From the 22, Goff. Open man is Raymond. He's got it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Goff throwing again. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Throwing again on second down. Goff, and that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. To the air again. Goff. Toward the pylon. Caught. And oh, he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down. They gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They'll try it now with Swift. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers got his man. It's Bo Melton. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
92 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on third down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now, this defense for the Lions, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now they'll toss to Jones running left. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a 2nd time, but that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his 2nd first-quarter touchdown there. So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Touchdown, Packers! David Njoku, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Rodgers. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see with this 3rd drive of the ball. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 104 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Up the middle, Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now gone. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
3rd and 2, Goff. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And some space here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Now it's gone. Over the middle, complete. It's Wright. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Brock Wright, 31 yards. And the Lions are back within a score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
Rolling to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend owed momentum. He's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And that is taken in by Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a third down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Rodgers now on 1st down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Rodgers. They have pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
He has it complete to Christian Watson. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. "35 yards that time on the punt, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Room here to run. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
We got this. We go.
To throw is gone. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards that time.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From midfield, here's Rodgers.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Now a timeout signal for him. They'll get him with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Timing is so important on a route like this, because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that, because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
The 22 more yards there and another first down.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
This is Swift on the counter.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Goff now looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he slings one that's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Goff now to throw.
Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
Off play action. Here's Goff. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Goff. Wright's got it.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Goff throwing again. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line.
115 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And a throw there going to be incomplete. That close on 3rd down. I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach. because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Back to throw, Goff. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Goff. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Goff. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Goff now looking to throw.
Across the middle, he's got it complete to St. Brown.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Now Goff on first down.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Goff a handoff here to Swift.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 16.
And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones.
And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17.
Tackle there from James Houston.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's Jones again on second down.
And he's got some space here. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
136 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
He was brought down by big Levi Onwuzurike.
We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Jones.
And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. And that's caught inside the 35. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Jet sweep. Here's Watson.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. On the counter, here's Jones. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now gone. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now gone. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again is gone. He's airing it out for Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And some room to work. And they work this out past the 25. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun is Jones. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for the 1st with Dillon.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. This is brought in at the 21. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Goff.
He'll go right back to St. Brown.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They'll fake the give. Now gone.
He'll get this off to Swift. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Second down at 7.
To the air again. Gone. And this is intercepted. And that should do it.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Green Bay, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Detroit,